Hey, this is The Warning.
And we're hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
What's up, guys? Rob here, Front Row Live Entertainment. I am reunited with The Warning, but this is the first time that we're in person. We used to do this on Zoom, and now we're here live. We're real.
We're real, being real in the moment.
Exactly, and I'm so excited. This is such an incredible tour. I know it just kicked off, but the Air Tour. Talk to me about the experience so far on these couple shows that you guys have had, and how different is it from every other tour that you guys have done so far?
You know, we love touring, and just I don't know. We've had 2 shows of the tour so far, but we are so glad to be back here. It's like getting back into a rhythm that we didn't know we needed, you know? It's like
We definitely missed it.
Yeah.
And last year, it was our Mayday tour. And it was just like our first tries at touring by ourselves, like
That's
headlining
crazy.
by ourselves. So I feel like we feel more confident.
Yeah.
And we're very much looking forward to being a bit more relaxed and having more fun in this tour.
Now, one of the biggest excitements for me was that when we spoke, it was all independent. There was no
Right.
label yet, and then I heard
Right.
that Lava got involved with the band, and that's so exciting because you guys deserve the world. I feel like you have been
Thank
working
you.
so hard on everything that you've been doing. How has that changed your dynamics now that you have this big team behind you? How has that changed the dynamic when you go to write music, when you go and perform, when you think about what you're going to take, what next step you're going to take for the band?
Right. Well, there's definitely a lot more emails, a lot of back and forth. But other than that, it's great. And you know what? It's actually eye-opening for us to see really how the music industry works
Mhm.
and everything, and every single person that does like their very personalized job and how it all comes together to make a project complete. But definitely, we've been figuring out how this whole teamwork thing works.
But honestly, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
We have a great team with our label. So I feel like the biggest difference now is just that we have more people
Yeah.
in our team. But it's great. It's been awesome.
Does it make you want to rock out harder when you go on stage now because you have this whole team like watching you every time?
Yes, it does. It actually does. There's so many more people now working with us
Yeah.
for the same goal. And it's like, okay, we have to do like an even better job for
Yeah.
them as well.
And especially in LA, it's like when all of us get together, you know,
Yeah.
it's like the big whoop
Exactly.
point.
Exactly. So when Pau goes hard on the drums, how do you guys catch up to that so she doesn't overbear you?
Oh my God. Well,
That's a scary thought, right?
What? You know what? I think that when Pau does that, we just follow along.
Okay.
So we just like collectively do that. Yes.
Yeah.
We have this sister bond that we know what's happening energy wise. Yeah.
Now, it's funny because, again, going back to when we first spoke, you guys didn't feel as if you were great musicians yet. You said you were still like kind of learning your instruments or trying to like get more creative with, you know, the bass or the guitar or the drums. Like, how do you feel now? Like, do you feel like now it's like almost second nature?
Oh, well, I feel like it's definitely second nature, but I feel like just as musicians,
We can always grow.
we can always
Yeah.
grow and
And learn
always
more.
learn.
Yeah.
I feel like by touring, you definitely learn so much. And by touring with other bands and meeting all these people that you meet while touring, you just grow so much. And I feel like that is showing, especially on this tour.
Mhm.
Everything that we learned last year is now being put into work today.
Nice. Ale, what was your experience like with David Bendeth?
Oh, David Bendeth. That was an incredible experience. We worked with David.
You
In
guys lived
2000
there with him practically.
We were
4
there.
months,
We were
4
there
months.
3 months, and then we went a month to mix again in New Jersey. And it was such an amazing experience. We learned a lot from David. I feel like that was a point in our lives where we learned a lot. We learned how to play together again, and it was a really great experience though. And yeah, we loved David. We loved working with him. It was an amazing experience overall. So yeah.
Danny, did you go into this session with music already written, or did you guys come in and started writing with David as well?
Oh no, we had a very full concept and every single song like really planned out. Oh no, we did.
We worked and rewrote a couple of songs. I think it was two.
songs. Yeah.
But we had everything really planned out because we were supposed to record the album early 2020,
Mhm.
and we were just kind of frozen there. So we went with poor David, like he had a hard time because we were already like really married to a version of
Oh
these
wow,
songs.
that's tough.
Yeah, David worked really hard to get us out of our comfort zone. Like it was a great experience overall, definitely.
So what was that like? Because I feel like it's always hard that first time that you're working with a mega producer or just a producer in general, and you know you're selfish to what you created. You don't want
Right.
anybody else to change it because you're already, as you mentioned, married to it. So what was that like? Like did he really have to like force you to kind of try new things before you guys felt comfortable trying what you did on air?
Well, we actually worked a lot on getting there with a very open mind, but
Mm.
we were also going to be like very strong, opinionated in what our vision was. So we didn't want to stray along that like to something that wasn't
Mhm.
us.
We always tried everything.
it.
Like
Yeah.
that's our rule. Like we always try everything out because you never know when something's actually gonna work. So we always try everything out, and if at the end of the day we don't like it or we're not comfortable with it,
Yeah.
we'll go with what we had. But we always tried everything out. So yeah.
We're not like really difficult to work
You're not
with.
stubborn.
Yeah, we're not. Unless like we can be. No way, like we can be. But
They're
we
gonna-
always try things out.
Yeah, we do.
always.
They're gonna interview David now, and they're gonna be like,
They lie. I kind of want to work with him again. I'm traumatized. During this, listening to this album, actually, your vocals have evolved so much. It's like a different person is singing. What was that like for you, and how did David help you step out of your comfort
Right.
zone vocally in this production?
you know, David is a hell of a vocal producer. I have no idea how he did it, but like there's a lot of things that involve vocal recording. It's not just like the notes, the timing, it's also like the feeling, the environment. He made sure that I was comfortable in the place where I was recording. There was sometimes that the emotion, like I would feel it so much that it would overwhelm me. Like
Yeah.
it was like a very intense vocal recording, but I loved it. I loved how he made my voice sound. And also throughout the I've been practicing a lot. I have a vocal coach who
Nice.
helped me a lot and understand more about my instrument, which is myself. And that's scary to think about. You know, you take care of your guitars, you polish them, you whatever, but what am I doing to take care of my instrument? So I learned a lot throughout those years. Yeah.
Paul, what about the drums? Did he give you pointers during this process? Did you have someone like assisting you during the drum process to kind of be the better drummer that you are today?
Okay, so David was very involved in everything, I think. But
This album should have just been called
Yes.
David.
so he was really involved with getting me to like record like a human being, because I was really focused on being perfect for the recording, and he was like, this doesn't feel like a person is playing.
Yeah.
So he would come with me while I was recording, and he would plug in his guitar into my headphones, and he would play a different song, like a random song, while I was recording our songs. He would be playing like Back in Black while I was recording
Wow.
one of our songs, and I had to groove with him and not pay attention to like our song, so I could be grooving with a human being, and that translated into like a more personal sounding drum recording. It was definitely very interesting.
That's very
Yeah.
interesting. That's really cool. Like
It was
the
cool.
fact that you're able to kind of focus on the two and just kind of, separate the two during this process.
Yeah, it was different, but it was great.
Ale, how about for you with your bass lines or even the keys, right?
Yeah. So that's kind of what happened with the bass as well. Like we had like for the first day, I couldn't even get a song done because it didn't sound human enough. So David also did that. He plugged in his guitar and he tried to, make me groove with someone else. And the bass turned out great. And yes, he did help me with a couple of songs and bass lines and stuff like that. So yeah, overall I think we all learned a lot from him. So yeah.
You know what's crazy? He also had this specific method when we were concentrating too hard. He would start asking us questions mid-recording. We're just like, David, I'm doing something. He's like, but what did you have for breakfast? And you had to answer him while you were recording. And for some reason, the take just was better. It's just like, why?
So what if he comes to the show tonight or any of the nights on the tour and then he starts doing that while you guys are playing live?
Oh my God. That'd be crazy.
I would be like, cut that out.
Yeah,
Can you
just
imagine?
no. This is different.
Security!
Get him out. No, I feel like
We love
I feel like David would be proud of how we're
Yeah.
playing now.
Yeah.
I feel like we play like human beings when we're playing. Like, yeah, it's weird to say it, but it makes sense in our heads.
It's funny that you say that now because now AI is like everything, right? Like in the music industry. So it's like we're going backwards with the band. Like we got to make sure that we sound like human beings. Like in saying that, did you guys find yourselves playing a lot of live tracking during this recording process, or like what was that recording process? Did you guys record together as if it was like a live show, or were you guys separated every time?
We recorded separately.
Separately. Yes.
I recorded drums separately, bass separately.
But
yeah, we
it
did
does
record
make a
together.
difference though that we were in the room when the other person was recording. Like it wasn't like, oh, pause recording drums, let her be. She's gonna do good. Like we were in the room while everything happened. So I feel like even though we were not playing together, we could connect to what each other went to what each other went through. Meh, never mind. I was trying.
makes sense.
You
You
made
got
it.
it.
Thank
You got it.
you. My
You're
English
good.
just went.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where would you say you guys felt challenged with one of these songs on this album, whether it was the writing process, the recording process, or even the vocals?
This is gonna be a strange answer, but the waiting. We recorded this album and we had to wait 2 years until it was released.
Oh my god,
So
painful.
it was like, so now when we started playing it live, this was like really old music for us.
Yeah.
And we had listened to it 1,000 times. And it was just like this bittersweet moment of like finally releasing it, but being like, we have already heard this for years and years. And now we have to find a new meaning with all
Yeah.
of these songs to make them fresh for us and to find a new. But it was nice to see how we grew with those songs and like how even though like we changed as people during those 2 years, we could still relate to the songs that we wrote. It was very nice.
So that's why there's gonna be more music coming soon, right?
Exactly. Yes. Actually,
She got
yes.
it. She got it.
Yes. When are we releasing? This has been so quick.
I heard May 12th.
May
the
12th.
release
Yes,
date.
we release our new single More this May 12th. Oh my God.
It's crazy.
It's
It
like in
all
2
happens
weeks.
so fast as well for us.
It's next
just like-
week.
yeah.
Oh my God. That's insane.
Time is different when you're on tour, right?
Yeah,
Like you don't know
it's
what
been
day, what
weird.
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
What place?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
recently wrote the song. We recently recorded the song. Like this was like
Wow.
so fast.
2
It was all this
months ago, 1 month ago. Like it's been really quick. So I
Huge
didn't.
difference.
Yeah.
But fun fact about this song, it's actually one of the first songs that was not written in our hometown. Yeah.
Wow.
We wrote it here in LA. It's crazy. All of our work is from our house, our space, and this one in particular.
And we worked
Was
with
not-
different people.
Yeah.
And
When you say different people, are you talking writers as well, or just
Yeah,
producers?
writers.
We wrote
Yeah.
with other people. It was
Nice.
awesome.
Because that has been a huge step for us.
Mhm.
We're so used to working with between us, and
Yeah.
that's it. But it's such a cool experience to just and kind of like get into their mindset. It's
Mm.
crazy how everyone perceives music and works on it as well. We're so used to having our own minds together, but add another one, and it's like, whoa! I didn't even know you could go there.
Yeah.
And like we've been growing like that as well.
Would you say that's why, like, when I listen to the track, like, it gives me this grunge vibe? It's a lot grungier than your previous material. Like, is that why? Because it was like created in a different kind of space with different kind of people. Like, what inspired the sonics or the sound that we get on this song?
I feel like the new sound that we're striving for right now is just something that we wanted to do for a while. Since we released our album, we've been constantly writing and just looking for new things to do. I feel like that's what we do as a band. We
Yeah.
do something and we immediately want to try something new. And writing with other people has really allowed us to explore those new spaces that we have never tried before. And we wrote it with Anton DeLost and Nico Rubio, and it was just so much fun. And they have very different backgrounds musically.
Yeah.
So it was just a very nice mix of people who love music and just mixing everything together.
Yeah.
And we're very excited. We just started playing it live, and it's just such a fun song to play.
I'm excited for it to drop.
Yeah.
More drops May 12th. Ladies, I'm so excited to finally reunite with you. And I'm so excited that this is all happening. Congratulations with
Thank
the tour,
you.
with the debut, not the debut, well, major label debut album, Air. And you guys be sure to check. See, you rubbed it off on me. You guys be sure to check out The Warning on tour now. Tour just started, so check them out live and check out the album Air and More dropping May 12th. Thanks for watching on Front Row Live.